Yes, morning guys, and welcome to week 5, day 4, or Thursday. So we are going to discuss today, if my iPad decides to stand up, the 5 top tips that I discussed yesterday towards enjoying life, okay? So it is one of the forgotten things, isn't it? Especially as we get older. And I think, how often do we actually make a self-assessment and step back and think, am I actually enjoying life? Is my training fun? Do I like what I'm eating? Is my relationship okay? Am I cool with my kids? Do I love my career? Very often we don't, do we? It's that, remember right back in one of the first videos when I discussed the riding the horse of life, when the guy was galloping past on the horse, and the other guy said to him, "Oh, where are you off to?" He says, "I don't know, ask the horse." And that for me is the great story of very often what our lives become. We're just flying through them, aren't we, without ever really assessing what's going on. And I was really looking forward to this video because there's some fun stories in it as well. So star of the show, and person I'll be using as an example is Kerry Harrison. Kerry's in the group, goes to CrossFit with Nat, and I first met Kerry when I went to CrossFit, okay? So number one is, and she'll laugh at this, is the number one tip to enjoying life, okay, is stop taking yourself so seriously, okay? And we're all so guilty of this, when the reason why we do it is because it's deep rooted insecurities, isn't it? We're worried about what other people will perceive us, okay? And I'll talk about Kerry a bit more later on down the line, because the second section is learn to laugh, and she's the person that made me laugh every single time I went to CrossFit, and I'm going to tell you why that's a good thing and how you kind of reciprocate and reflect that when someone's like that, okay? So, but yeah, the story was, it was about the third time I'd been at CrossFit, and it's obviously, a bit of a fitness guy, all serious, into bodybuilding, quite high profile on social media, and we were doing rope climbs, and I was really bad at them. And I didn't really know a lot about CrossFit at the time, and I didn't have any socks on. I had my sexy little trainer socks and my shoes, and obviously when you're wrapping your legs around a rope, it's pretty brutal on your shins. So Kerry says, "Don't worry, I've got some socks you can borrow." Trots off out to her car, comes back with, they are still the most comfy socks I've ever worn, but these knee-high, neon fluorescent pink walking socks, okay? And I just put them straight on, and we all had a massive laugh about it. And it's kind of, to me, I don't even know why I thought of it when I was writing this seminar, but it just kind of personifies that thing that we try to kind of be someone, don't we? Or have a vibe about us, or can't even think of the word I'm looking for really, like a persona or something that we keep up. Oh yes, I'm so serious because I'm like really good at fitness and I'm really into it, and I can't possibly do anything silly because, that kind of vibe. Whereas, just fun stuff like that, it was like literally hilarious. We were all laughing, and it was a really good stories. But very often we wouldn't do things like that, or we'd just sit out of the rope climb, or we'd not do any type of action in life because we're kind of worried about what people think about us. And the deep down honest truth is, no one really cares about you or what you do or how you look, okay? That all comes down to your insecurities of thinking about how they perceive you, okay? And another great way to come onto this, okay, is have a desire to be judged, okay? But not judged by your achievements, judged by your mistakes as well. Because if you're making mistakes, it shows that you're trying, it shows that you're putting effort in, you're doing the best you can. And that's admirable, that's attractive, that will mean you enjoy life, and it will mean that you move forward, okay? And what you have to realise as well is You won't always get it right first time, okay? And that is completely normal. But if you don't even try because you're scared, or you keep giving up because it didn't go well the first time, you will literally never get anywhere in life, okay? So get over your mistakes, learn from them, and accept that they are the early stages of the development and the progress process of your life, okay? Anything you ever achieve that is great will start by making mistakes. So, go easy on yourself, take the pressure off, and just enjoy what you do, okay? And don't take it too seriously. Just because you need to lose weight because you're unhealthy, or you've joined a gym, or people are petrified about, oh God, I'm going to go into a gym and everyone's going to laugh at me, I'm going to look really stupid. Well, so what? Be proud that you're doing more than the person that's doing sweet FA and you had the actual balls to go and do it. And what you'll find is that 99 out of 100 decent people won't laugh at you, they won't take the piss, they will support you and they will help you, but you won't know that because you keep trying. And I tell you what, the 1% that you're worried about their perception of you and how they'll judge you because of your own insecurities that hold you back, screw them, okay? They're not worth being in your life anyway, and you shouldn't give one single F about their opinion in the first place. Now, got a bit passionate saying that one. Number 2 is learn to laugh, okay? I actually researched the beneficial effects mentally and physically of laughing, and it really is the medicine, isn't it, to a long and happy life. There were hundreds of them. Of different benefits, okay, down to like dissolving tension, getting rid of stress, releasing anxiety, getting rid of anger, getting rid of grief, diffusing situations, that are all benefits of laughter. And that was why I mentioned Kerry again, okay, because she's amazing. She doesn't take herself seriously at all. Some people at CrossFit, let's say, they take themselves rather seriously. And she was the person who, when I first went in, made me feel really welcome. And I can honestly say every single session, probably out of about 50 CrossFit sessions that I did, every single time I went, she did or said something that made me laugh, and I probably replied with something that made her laugh back, or we had a laugh about what she said. She's actually a lot more witty and intelligent than I am, so it was more me laughing at her jokes, but she doesn't give a shit. And it's endearing, and it makes you warm towards that person, and it makes you feel good, and it's all because she doesn't really care what people think, and that's the way we all should be, okay? And I'm laughing now just thinking about it, and the world would just be such a better place because it does dissolve that tension, it dissolves the test, it dissolves any anxiety. And the big thing is, what you don't realize is when you make fun of yourself or don't take yourself too seriously, it completely disempowers anyone else to take the mickey out of you or disarm, and it disarms confrontation because you've already done it. So you've already basically said, this is me, I'm doing this, and I don't give a shit. So, but all of a sudden that person that did have an opinion all of a sudden can't, because you just told them you don't really care anyway and you're making a joke out of it. So, crackers really, isn't it? But that's the person that, does anyone ever go away from a group situation like that and say, oh yeah, that person was really cool, weren't they? The one that stood in the corner and didn't say anything, and probably pretty rude actually, and thought they were the best at everything. And does that endear you towards them? Do you want to be friends with them? Does it make you want to go back and have fun at that situation? No. Or is it the person that has a laugh, doesn't really care, messes up, gets back up, has a laugh, takes the mickey out of you when you do something wrong, but then puts their arm around you afterwards and says it's all right? It's all about learning to laugh, not taking yourself too seriously, and having fun, okay? So whatever you do, make sure you laugh every day. And if you haven't got a sense of humour, then go out and bloody develop one. Start reading more comedy books or watching comedy or spending more time with people who are funny. And it will come over time, okay? But if you're with miserable, suck-ass people all the time, then you're probably going to be a miserable, suck-ass person yourself as well. And nobody really likes the people that take themselves too seriously. So you're doing yourself an injustice if you are doing that. Number 3 is make time for yourself. Oh, I coach this until I'm literally blue in the face. Busy does not equal happy, okay? Freedom equals happy. When I list my mission statement, I want more money, I want more freedom, and I want more impact, okay? Any single one of them on their own is completely irrelevant. If I just working for money, I'm not going to be happy, okay? If I just work impact, so I help everyone for free, I don't earn anything, I won't be happy, okay? If I've just got that much freedom that I don't do any form of work whatsoever, I'll be skint and bankrupt within weeks. So it has to be those 3 things, okay? But you work and you progress and you do things in life to have that freedom, okay? Money doesn't make you happy, money gives you more freedom, okay? When you've got more freedom, then you can do more things that are fun and not take yourself so seriously and have a laugh and enjoy the good life, okay? But if it's just all about money, work, kids, husband, wife, dogs, family, and there's just nothing for you, okay? It will always lead you down an unhappy path eventually, okay? So the thing with this is, as humans, okay, we desire to be needed, don't we? And many of us absolutely love that people need us. There will always be needs around you for you to answer, but you need to train yourself to stop answering all of them, okay? Especially if everything you are doing is for others. And the only reason, the sun shines a bit bright today, the only reason you are truly busy is because you pimp yourself out to the needs of others 24/7, okay? Don't be a people pleaser, because if you have no time for your own emotional, physical, health and social life, trust me, you will hit total burnout. Been there, done that many times, learned the lesson, okay? We all crave that attention and we love to feel needed. And that's good, again, as an aspect of your life, but it comes into balance, doesn't it? And just be really cautious as well that whatever you're doing, especially if it's in fitness, if it's in business, if it's in food habits, eating, fat loss, anything at all, just be careful that everything you're doing, you're not doing to seek the approval of others, okay? Because you don't need their approval. You don't need their adulation. You don't need their congratulations when you achieve, okay? Take control and start affirming your own actions. Because when you are in control, that is when you will feel truly happy, because that's when you will control your emotions, okay? And a good example of this is, and we're going back into doing fun stuffs again, how many times do you hear people say, oh, I'm bored, I'm so bored. Do something then. You're not bored. What you really mean is, I'm boring, okay? So take responsibility, find some hobbies, find some sports, find a side hustle, find a job that entertains you, okay? Stop waiting for things to come and happen to you, because they won't. Go out and create, go out and make things happen, okay? Number 4 is just remember that things change, okay? And this is a big thing that leads to us robbing ourselves of enjoying life because of present difficulties, okay? Let's talk the COVID situation as example. People just, it's a present difficulty, isn't it? It's going to change, okay? It's going to go away. It isn't going to be here forever. So remember that things change, because all too often when we hit a crisis, we think that it's going to last forever, okay? You know, you get divorced, or you lose a job, or you know, a sibling could die, a mother or father could die, anything, you know, really extreme examples. it doesn't last forever. But when we hit that crisis, we tend to camp out, don't we, in our own problems. And we need to remember that problems pass through and they get better. So don't settle, keep moving, and, you know, try not to do that thing of what people do is they kind of peg the tent down, don't they? Okay, so I've got all these problems, I'm going to keep them all really close to me, so all my focus is going to be on, and I'm just going to peg my tent down and I'm going to keep them all in there and I'm going to stay there, static, not moving. Okay, you can't live in your problems, and there are 4 reasons for this. Okay, and you might not like any of these. They're very honest, they're very close to the bone. I would happily admit that I've done all 4 of them to a massive extent when I've been having difficulties in my life, but that's my lesson, isn't it? That wasn't tough times for me. It was tough times, but it built my character and it taught me and I learned from them, and now I'm helping you how you can learn from them. Okay, so if it is you, don't get all bum hurt. Okay, take responsibility for it, own it, admit it, even tell someone if it makes you feel better, and move forward. Okay, because the 4 things that lead to us living in our problems are feeling sorry for ourselves and indulging in self-pity. Poor old me, this happened to me when I was younger, and then this happened to me, and oh, it's always me, and my life's just so bad, and everything in my life is worse than everyone else's, and I'm busier than everyone else, and my kids are naughtier than everyone else's kids, and I've had less sleep than everyone else. It's like STFU. Okay, we've all got stuff. Own it, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and move on. Number 2, massive, I used to do this, and I used to do that first one, blaming someone else for the problem that you've pegged down. Okay, it's someone's fault because this happened, it's their fault because this happened, it's that fault because my dad never loved me, it's so-and-so's fault because my mum never loved me, it's da-da-da-da, it's because my husband died, it's because my wife died. I could go on a million different examples. Okay, those are the dark end of them. Okay, it might just be something really silly like, I'm fat because my friends made me eat cake. No, they didn't. You ate the cake. Okay, I'm an alcoholic because all my friends drink. It's not your friend's fault. You drank the booze. Okay, then pin your nose down and pour it down your neck. Okay, examples, but you will all have your own individual ones of that. But it's very easy, and I hate it, and it makes me cringe when I remember myself doing it. Both those 2 ones, but don't blame someone else for your problems and your reactions. Stop being a little bitch, take responsibility, own it, improve it, and move forward. Okay, number 3 is your ego has been hurt and your pride is damaged. Okay, so again, rather than dealing with the problems, we tend to fight, or we tend to just live in them, or we tend to, like I said, think of pegging that tent down. That's what we do. Keep all the problems in, tent over our head, peg them down, live in a problem-based life. Okay, your ego and your pride will lead to you doing that as well, because it's been damaged and it's preventing you moving forward. Okay, forget it, move on. Tomorrow's a new day. Number 4 is, quite frankly, that you're being selfish. Okay, now we've discussed how selfish can be a good thing, because sometimes you need to put yourself first, but also, you know, being selfish, if it's hurting other people that you care about, it's not good, is it? Because if you're just living in those problems and making everybody else around you miserable because you can't stop feeling sorry for yourself, your ego's holding you back from asking for help, your pride's being damaged, and you keep blaming everyone else. Okay, you're being selfish because you're going to make every single person around you very unhappy. I've been that person as well. Fully admit it to all you guys on camera. I've been a massive culprit of all 4 of those things. I've now owned them, I've taken responsibility, and I've moved forward. So, number 5, the final key to enjoying yourself is just be your badass self without apology. Don't give a shit what people think about you. Do what you want to do. Kerry does this, and that's why she's awesome. Okay, she's a badass self without apology. She doesn't care who laughs at her. They're laughing with her, at her, whatever. That's the way to live life. That'll make you be enjoyable. Don't try to be like someone else. Just be yourself, be the best version of you. Don't take yourself too seriously, and make sure you laugh every single day. That's the keys for me to being happy and enjoying life. Have an awesome day, guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's Fun Time Friday.